Existentialism, in reference to philosophy and its application to life, is the philosophy that the universe has no inherent meaning. There's no inherent one conclusion or, purpose of the universe, but rather it is the meaning that we make for ourselves in the universe, in collaboration with it, and in understanding ourselves. Since the universe has no ultimate meaning, we get to create that meaning for ourselves. And in absurdity, and the absurdist view is that, the universe is chaotic, and it in and of itself can never have any meaning. And trying to create meaning for ourselves is deifying limited means of understanding. Philosophical suicide. Trying to believe in something, a god, or a spirit, or even science itself, is philosophical suicide. So philosophical suicide for absurdists is, believing that science will eventually have all the answers, or believing that a god or a religion or spirits will know more than us. So everything will work out for us, everything will work out okay, or will provide meaning at some later date. So absurdism is a little bit strange compared to existentialism, because existentialism says, there is no inherent meaning in the universe, so we have to create our own. Absurdism is that there is no inherent meaning and there never can be. So how do we go forward? In absurdism, basically your actions become free because there is no way to find any conclusion or meaning or place that we are trying to work towards. So your actions are completely free. You as an acting human being are ultimately free in relation to, you can't hold yourself in relation to anything. Basically your action is free. But in existentialism, you create your own meaning in life because there is no inherent meaning. I think that in existentialism, I do find more of a home than in absurdism. While absurdism provides, there's no meaning even as defined by yourself, so you're completely free in action. It's very hard to understand and grasp for most people, and it can kind of lead people in the wrong directions, I suppose. I'm qualifying statements, but in general. But I kind of want to talk about existentialism and philosophy. So when we create our own meaning, there's no inherent meaning in the universe, so we create in our heads, what it means to us. It's almost like our understanding is free. And in absurdity, different philosophy, our actions are free. But existentialism, we kind of get to place our own, we get to kind of create the universe for ourselves in our relation to it, rather than just being able to act in it. Existentialism is more about being able to understand our purpose in the universe and working towards that. It's freedom of ideology, of understanding, of spirituality. If we believe that the universe has no inherent purpose, so we have to create our own purpose, then that frees our spirituality. And while I do believe in, gods and spirits, the philosophical understanding that there is no inherent meaning in the universe gives me the ability to perhaps relate to these various beings in my own way. Nothing can be laid down. I get to relate to these beings in my own way. And, I'm combining existentialism, usually doesn't combine gods and spirits. It's more of a philosophical and spiritual understanding, but if I have also tacked on my own religious or spiritual beliefs, then it provides a really good framework for me to kind of universally accept that other people can do the same. That, my gods, my spirits aren't other people's gods and spirits. And they can relate, even if they don't understand, like if they don't want to use gods and spirits, they can relate to the universe in the way that they so desire. And I think it's important to, if you free yourself ideologically, it's important to free other people. Even if I have certain beliefs, other people can have different beliefs. And they can just choose to relate to the universe in general. And narrowing it down to, how we relate to the universe, how we understand it and how we relate to it is vital for, I think, a universalist understanding of human beings and what the universe is.